Sound was gone, now it's back. For some reason my OBS settings like reset, so it muted everything. I'm sorry, guys. I also need to set...
your voice wasn't there.
Dive bomb. Oh! Yeah, you weren't there either, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's great. So we were talking for nothing. Okay, did we miss anything? We missed... well, I was pointing out, yeah, they, what's his... Chikeka had a big collision with Smelt. Both of them out. Sam as well. I don't know if he's out or if he's pitting for repairs. But,
probably pitting, he's not the man to give up, I think.
Yeah, I don't think,
usually. And
it's a fairly early pit stop.
Gaida has finally found the way past Rupert, so Gaida now in a podium position. And
yeah, Chris is starting to pick up the pace as well. He's catching up to the back of these two, so... Or maybe they were fighting and they lost a bit of time, but I think he's got some pace here, and let's see what he can do. And Illigner as well might catch up, so the top, or 3rd through 6th have a lot to show here.
A big bunch is actually Bas Kessel, Rene Bone, and Marius Taurus. As Taurus has a little bit of a look there, obviously can't dive bomb into Parabolica, it doesn't work. But maybe it's get Rene off the apex in his McLaren Honda Fernando Alonso X Max Verstappen racing car. That name makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't understand.
What's wrong with the name?
Nothing
but
is
look
wrong.
at that slipstream here. Yeah, Marius slipstreaming behind the Porsche, which is not very fast in a straight line. Pulls to the ends outside. Rene's defending on the inside. Is Van Houten going to try and make this 3 wide? No, he knows better than that, and he goes and tucks in behind. Let's see if Marius is able to outbrake Rene. He does get the inside now for turn 2.
The launch!
And Van Houten.
He tried to stick his nose in there, and Rene goes into the wall on the straight! Oh no! Oh, and he's gonna kill someone! No!
Oh no, he killed
Gerla! No! Oh no, that's Gerla! Oh, what?
As well.
What was that? What? What was that?
What are you doing?
How? Oh no.
Fernando Alonso, and you guys can't see it, but Fernando Alonso is shaking his head and walking away furiously in the paddock, and Maximilian Verstappen is tearing up his Portuguese flag right now and storming into the garage as well and demanding answers.
What was that?
My God.
Oh no. He's got some things to explain to the FIA.
Yeah, yeah, he is going to have to answer to that. But yeah, his teammate seems to be now left on his own, because I think the entire team has pretty much just packed up and left. And so, despite the fact that Tim is, Christopher is still driving, so we have a lot of we're gonna have some we're gonna have some discussions here in the back, I think, and we'll try and get the live coverage for that, but...
yeah, the issue, Chief, there is a replay function in the broadcasting client, but the last time I pressed it was in qualifying and it crashed my game. So, I don't know. I don't want to overdo it. My PC seems to be very sensitive today.
There was a convenience with the suspension parts, which caused a slight inconvenience on track. I apologize to all parties involved.
Okay, yeah, Rene, I saw, okay, yeah, no, he's gonna leave. I did see, the team managers, walking off into the direction of the garage, and I assume they're going to have some words with him, so yeah, anyways.
Yeah. Field has spread out a little bit. Now we've got, basically 1.5 seconds between most drivers. Gaida, well, I mean, Cast is pulling a little bit of a gap from George, and he's also coming to lap, the Season 2 champion. Season 3 champion laps the Season 2 champion. They would, I mean, the Season 2 champion would probably lap the Season 1 champion, but he's scared, so he's commentating right now.
I'm at... Oh, God.
So, Carsten on the back of Sam there. And, well, Sam has obviously pitted already, catches a little bit of gravel, and he will give a little bit of slipstream before he inevitably has to give way for the vanguard of the field. So Carsten laps him. Gaida is pulling away from Rupert solidly. The next close battle is Christian Stricker versus Dominic Illigner in P5 and 6, which is exactly the configuration we had in the past, and it went totally well.
Oh
no.
Okay, part 2. This time it'll be clean, because look at the run
he
Illigner
goes to
had.
the outside. He's done this earlier already with Galinski, and now he's carrying so much speed again. He gets alongside, but it is the Audi. I mean, the Audi isn't that amazing on a straight line. The Lambo should be really quick. The run was really good, though, and it's gonna come down to the braking zone. He squeezes him a little bit to the inside. Chris still got his nose ahead, but maybe Wow can do the work on the brakes. It looks like he does. He goes really deep. He's gonna leave car width on the inside. They leave each other space, and now Chris has certainly got the better run, so Illigner will have to slot in, but that gives him the slipstream running towards the second chicane of the Variante della Roggia. I'm sorry if I offend any Italian people with my pronunciation.
I think you said it right.
And
close enough.
So
it sounded
not
good.
getting past this time. So he has to stay behind, but I think he's got the pace on him, so P5 certainly on the cards. Maybe he can go even further after disappointing qualifying. Slipstreaming into Lesmo doesn't work, because, you know, it's just the run towards Lesmo. It's not long enough. Galinski doing really well. Also, shout out to Paulus Takos. Actually, those two Bentleys are 1-2ing the silver class right now. For those who don't know, in the timing tower on the left side, you can see the color behind the driver number is their class. So the gray means silver class, the white means pro class, and the red means they're reserve driver. So
yeah. Keeping an eye out here, Van den Hudding up to P12 now, and he is right behind Marius Taros and his teammate in the A team of Trigon Racing. Unfortunately, the B team having, to put it lightly, inexperience out there. But yeah, unfortunately for them, that all things kind of went wrong, and maybe even the B team having some influence on the A team. But
one
Kessel,
interjection,
the leading.
Chief. Joel has the thumbnail. Ask Joel. I sent it to Joel so he can change the thumbnail. Thank you. Go on.
Yeah, but yeah, Van den Hudding does seem to be very racy here compared to Marius and Kestel. But I do think Marius might have actually have a decent run here. The Lexus, we know, is pretty decent in a straight line.
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course,
best car in the straight line.
Against the Lambo. Yeah, we know how powerful Slipstream is in this game. Let's see if Marius is able to make a move here, but he pulls to the outs, or pulls to the inside and then pulls back to give the dummy, but
what
does not work.
From
yeah. Yeah, Kessel's not one to crack under pressure. Yeah, Silver Class is doing really well here. Yeah, the top 7th through 9th, all in a very good position overall.
Yeah.
So, and good job to them.
We've got the Luxlate Racing Team car of Christian Stricker being a little bit of a bottleneck right now, because, well, Illigner is still not passed, and Galinski and Takas actually catching, so the silver driver is doing really well today. It's nice to see. Last season Takas was struggling a lot, I think, and in this Bentley he's really coming into his own, which is really nice to see, as he is just behind Galinski, who is giving his debut as well.
I think that's a teammate. Are they teammates?
I don't think they are.
Because there's no team name for both of them. I don't know.
Maybe
I wasn't sure. Yeah.
We've got yellows. Similar. I can't see who though on the mini-map. Also,
I don't.
Oh, it's Sam, I think, or yeah, that's Sam. He must have made a mistake in Ascari there. So absolutely terrible race. He got a penalty in Barcelona for collision with Wow, and now this time out he spins and gets into all sorts of incidents. A terrible race for him. Maybe the best he can hope for is recovering like a point or two. When there's no time next to the drivers, I don't know what it means, but I think like when one driver passes a sector line and and the next one hasn't, the game doesn't know the gap, so it keeps it open. And if like Olive is an entire sector behind Mersman because he's pitted and Mersman hasn't, then it's never gonna show an interval. I think that's how it works, to the people in chat wondering.
Marius is in the pits.
Marius in the pits, that's early. We talk about it every single week here, but undercut is really powerful in this game. Less so at Monza, because I assume tire wear matters a little less, and also overtaking is fairly easy compared to other tracks, so track position doesn't mean as much. But still, you gain like half a second to a second of pace during the undercut, so Marius wants to catapult himself ahead of the Trigon Racing cars by taking the early dive into the pit lane, and I think we're gonna watch the fight with a train from P5 to P8 for now. They have a 5-second gap to Tim, who himself... Oh, well, Kessel has team ordered behind his teammate Van den Hudding here. So that's a position for him, P10 for Van den Hudding now. They are 5 seconds adrift from Krushva. And actually Krushva is only 1.9 seconds behind Tacos. I misread my deltas.
Yeah, Illigner as well. Yeah, he's kind of fallen off the back here. I think Kimi, or Christian, is starting to get a little bit into his own here as Illigner goes very wide out of Ascari. So that's going to actually put him under pressure here from Galinski, who's got a very fast run here on Illigner, and he has to defend to the inside. So let's see if he compromises his exit or not. But
deep. I think a little deep from the number 88 car there. I think I saw a little wiggle, and now maybe that opens him up to Palastakis, because it's, in my experience, it's not very fast to take the green stuff on the outside as actual road, and now tucked into the slipstream. What can Tacos do? Can he maybe go for a move?
No, he's not going to be able to do it here. He's 2 car widths back end, so yeah, he just lets his fellow Bentley driver know that he is there. But Galinski does get a very good run through the first chicane, and now not really able again to get up to Illigner, but he is there and making his presence known, and Tacos doing the same behind, and Crusoe is just kind of hanging back here.
Yeah, interesting line from Tacos. But
Illigner
has fallen off the back of Chris a little bit. I gave Chris a little bit of...
Chris made a mistake there into the was it Delarogier, and yeah, so now there's a huge gaggle of cars here. One of them is Sam, who's being lapped, and Kessel and Van der Hutting have swapped positions in the back, so he might be able to catch up to this, and I think he's on course for he's on course for what looks like P5 or P4 even, if things go his way, which would be an incredible recovery drive, the likes of which I have not seen in ACC, because, I mean, it's very difficult to actually, I said gaggle again, sorry.
Go on,
group
then.
Of cars.
Oh, on the straight towards Parabolic, how the Bentley is making it smooth on Dominic Illigner, and Illigner on the inside line. Now he needs to be careful to not make contact here and get a good run. He runs a little deep. No, he doesn't, but there's space on the inside for him. They're gonna run side by side. Shorter line for the Audi, and I think again this opens Galinski up for another attempt from Tacos as Galinski goes to the pit lane. So he's had enough of this. He's gonna undercut everyone, and I think now Wow needs to absolutely put the foot to the floor to make sure he's not outraced by Galinski, even though it's going to be a tough ask, and at least pit like next lap so he doesn't get undercut by more people than just Galinski. So brave move from Galinski. Chris is still holding himself really well just ahead of this train, and Wow is struggling a little bit with the silver drivers.
So keeping an eye out here. Yeah, Van der Hutting 3.9 behind Crucivar, but we know how fast he is, and Crucivar, though, driving an incredible race. He's holding his own here, so I don't know how, if Van der Hutting does catch up, it might not take it. It's probably going to take him a bit, because yeah, Crucivar's pace looks fairly solid right now. He's only 4/10 off his best time, so his lap times are fairly solid. Same for Van der Hutting, though. His best is 48.9. He did 49.3 last time around. And overall, the lap times from everyone just seem to be fairly solid. Probably, I mean, Sam is probably the only person struggling, but he is a lap down. As well as Tacos and Illigner are both kind of struggling here. So Kimi is making his, Kimi's making his moves now, trying to pull this gap.
And I expect people to dive into the pit lane on this lap. I don't know who it is going to be, though. As Wow has to defend on the inside again, which costs some time. He just... I think he needs to go now as the official team owner of Blitzig Racing Team. I would order him in now, and it looks like he has heard me. Let's not speed like you do in every single endurance race. I don't think he has sped, so that is good. And behind him we've got both Trigon cars. We've got the McLaren Honda in the Porsche chassis from Sanix. Yeah. Also another fight that seems to be going on in this moment that is going to be interrupted by pit stops is Costa versus Maciejewski, or for the SLR people here, or generally F1 people, it is Gerla versus Kobzon.
Looking back, I saw Tacos actually straight line the chicane, so that is not going to help him.
Unless
so,
he
yeah,
doesn't slow down properly.
Yeah, I think he did, but either way, yeah, that was very unfortunate. And I think he's gonna actually let Sam unlap himself there too. Yeah, so
he's gonna find himself at the back of the train after the pit stop, I imagine, because this wasn't the most optimal way to play this in lap, if it is an in lap, but it's certainly a lap on which he has been undercut by the other drivers. So we'll see. Also, Guida running really solid in P3. Brabner has dropped the ball on Carsten a little bit. He was getting close in qualifying, but in the race, Carsten just took it away from him on lap 2 after that mistake and just ran with it. I mean, even if the mistake hadn't happened, you know, you can talk about cracking under pressure all you want, but with this pace, like, George would have had to, like, it would have been an absolute uphill battle for him to keep Carsten behind for any significant amount of time in this, especially with the possibility of undercut, so can't really blame him for that. And now Brabner has taken his Mercedes into the pit lane. Let's hope no one gets the drive-through. Also for everyone, you know, relatively new on the left. In the timing tower, you can also see who has already pitted. The green thingy next to the name means they have pitted, and the yellow one, the yellow background and the white one mean they have one pit stop to serve, as Galinski, I think, is going for a move on Sanix here. And that one's for position. It is the Bentley looking to the inside of Ascari, and that's always a little bit scary. Let's hope it goes well for the two of them behind the trees. I think it did, but Sanix keeps his position, so Galinski losing time to Illigner, who he was threatening so much before the pit stops, and now he's getting stuck behind Sanix, who somehow managed to put himself between them. So I think maybe Galinski had a really bad pit stop, actually. Behind them, we've got Antoine Olivet, who I finally recognize his livery. Now, of course, it's Olivet. I was wondering who that Mercedes was all race. Solid slide from Galinski, so maybe not even getting past the Porsche on the straight, but Porsches aren't too fast on the straight line, which is of course down to the Honda engine. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just don't mind me. It's a meme.
Well, I mean, it's fairly obvious what you're talking about. Look, isn't that not? Is this not McLaren?
Oh Lord, he coming! Oh Lord, he coming! Can he have a look on the inside? He would need to do it on the brakes. He does not, which is quite sensible in my humble opinion. So stays behind for now. After the pit stops, Tacos is. Wait, is Tacos... Something's wrong. How's Tacos this far ahead of Illigner? What?
What? Has Tacos pit?
Yes.
No, yeah, it's just the interval is glitched.
Ah,
yeah, there he is.
P11.
He's behind the end and outing even.
Yeah, that makes sense. And now Illigner finally gets to check out, and I think with the 2-lap undercut on Christian Stricker, I think he might even be able to get ahead of him and then get himself into P5, which is more like what he wants to achieve in this race, even though he'd probably like a podium. Felix Rupert is also taken to the pit lane, and Guida and Carsten don't mind getting undercut potentially, because they think they've got enough clear air behind them that they are not under threat, so they are still out there as we approach the halfway point of this race.
So yeah, looking at it right now, I'm trying to see. Olivier is actually worked his way into this, and actually has a very good run on Crucivar here. So Mercedes power versus Honda power. Of course, we know in F1 that is no contest. That's a no-brainer for the most part. Unless you are Pierre Gasly and against Lewis Hamilton. But in this scenario here, it seems as though the Mercedes power is very obviously the superior one.
Lamborghini power though. I wonder what's going to happen.
Power.
Let's go into Helicam, because there's much going on there. Ruben is going to look to the outside. We know he is fast. He proved it in qualifying until he got taken out. And I think he's braking later, as half committing is Olivier. They're running side by side into turn 2 now, and Galinski finds himself on the outside. He gets past, which isn't tragic. He is a Silver Cup driver, but he wants to get past there because now Sanix has recovered really well, and the winner of the Barcelona Silver Cup is now in the lead of the Monza Silver Cup as well, and Galinski, as another Silver Cup driver, wants to do something about that for sure. So we've got 2 races going on here. Olive and Ruben are pro drivers, the other 2 are silver drivers, so that differentiates them, and might do some, might result in some funny interactions, let's put it like that. Olive still behind Kurzweil, and every lap that Sanix can keep him behind is a lap where he can't be, where he's holding back Galinski as well, and it is important for Olive and Ruben to get past there if they want to break back into this race. As someone's off, that's like 27 car? No, who's that? Wait. It is, yeah, it is the 27 car in Ascari. It's Mills. He is down the Team Fukiwuki Racing. Nice team name.
That's a great name.
Absolutely. Are not having the best of times. Also, not having the best of times, wow, still behind Chris after the pit stops.
Yeah, the gap is very small here though, so this is not over, of course. And we have half of the race to go as well, so let's see what that Audi can do in the slipstream against the Lamborghini. As much as I diss on the Lamborghini, it does have the straight line speed advantage.
Oh, there he goes. Oh Lord, he coming. Got the Lambo, and he broke someone on the outside there last lap, and he's gonna do the same again, side by side with the Mercedes. He takes a swing and he takes the position, and now Galinski wants to see himself through as well as he gets alongside Olive, maybe with a slipstream, even though I assume his run was compromised a fair bit there, so it's not amazing now, is it? Maybe it is good enough. Galinski, the Polish driver versus the French driver, as he looks to the outside. Olive defends the inside, or rather the middle of the track. No change of position. Galinski just needs to get past there because he's getting backed off into Torres and Tacos, who are both silver drivers, and he needs to get closer to Kurzweil. That's his mission right now.
Yeah, right now Van den Hutting driving like an absolute legend. I'm going to be completely honest here. This is an incredible recovery drive. He's up to P8 and he's got P6 or P5 in his sights actually, because Christian is up the road just right there, and we are at the halfway mark here, and Krusevar is going to be under pressure from Van den Hutting soon, and already you can see he is on his tail and not relenting. And Krusevar, while he's driving fantastically, without a doubt, and doing a very good job for the team despite the difficulties they've had today at McLaren Honda racing Fernando Alonso, Max Verstappen. Yeah, Van den Hutting is on a charge, and I don't think that even Krusevar can stop that. So let's see how this pans out. Of course, look already at the gap. It was like about over a second.
Gaida's ahead of Brabner, so Gaida now second somehow. Brabner must have had a bad run, because Gaida overcut so long, and the overcut isn't that good. And someone's off there. I think that's Witkowski. No, is it Veltman? No, someone. 20 cells.
It's Mills again.
Oh no! Nice rejoin,
but there. That's a nice rejoin. Yeah.
Looked at the map.
Carson is into the pits. Let's see, because Push might have done the thing where he messed up the pit stop again, unfortunately. So he has lost out to Gaida, but we do know Push has pace. So yeah, let's see what happens there. I think Carson gets that pit stop fairly good, but back up here, Krusevar does get passed by Van den Hutting. So like I said, he is on a charge. He's up to P7 now, and he has got Illigner and Christian Stricker in his sights. So Krusevar still leading Silver Class, so it is not detrimental to him, of course. His fight is mostly within his class, and that's with Galinski and Marius behind him.
Yep.
So losing time by fighting Van den Hutting is not smart, in my opinion. So I don't think he fought him too hard there.
Yeah. Also, this man on screen right now makes it really easy for me to construct a narrative about how I'm not the only German driver bad at overtaking, because that I feel has been his problem this season. I think he's mostly had the pace on the guy ahead of him, but he could never get past. And I feel like it's happening again. Even though, I mean,
he was doing fairly good today with some of the overtakes. It's just
true.
This is the only person he's struggling with, to be fair. Yeah. And I think it's. Oh, he might have a run here actually.
So I don't care about truth. It's just about the meme because I want to.
Okay, yeah,
make fun of
true.
him.
Yeah, for you know what, yeah.
It's like the Lambo. Like we know it's not bad, but we like to pretend it is. As
but
he gets.
Speaking of the Lambo, let's see.
Gets in.
Yeah, to the outside goes Illigner. On the inside, Kimi breaks later and actually might hold that position for now. But let's see if his exit is compromised. It doesn't seem like it is. But this is gonna give time to Van den Hutting because look, he is almost catching up to the back of them. 2 seconds was the gap before. I think it's probably under 2 seconds now. And also, Crucifer is keeping up very well with him too, tucked behind Van den Hutting. So that's also something to note. But yeah, 1.2 seconds now, so 0.8 already he gained. So these two fighting might actually not work out in either of their favor here, depending on what Van den Hutting's able to do.
Yep. On a race unrelated note, yes, Chief, it is. I love it. It's an old man's game. You should get it. As Illigner, so close. I mean, we've said that like 10 times now, but it's always true. He is within half a second, and Chris just does those consistent low 49s, and he does really well, and he. Well, I mean, Ruben has no real difficulty catching up to the back of him, and maybe Ruben can show us how overtakes are done here, as predictably Illigner struggles here. I mean, it's the Lambo, like, it's really fast in a straight line, and, well, WoW is about to be sandwiched by ones. Oh, Mills! Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, that's actually sideways for Illigner, yeah, nearly. And that's actually going to give Van den Hutting potentially a look in here because, yeah, going through Parabolica, he loses the rear a little bit. So, definitely not going to have a run here on Stricker. But let's see if Van den Hutting is able to make something of this. And look how much time he has definitely gained on him.
Oh my god. That Lambo looks so angry. Let's go.
That is an angry Lambo.
And the Audi looks kind of desperate to me. You can definitely tell by looking at the car. So, and yeah, I just want to confirm. I mean, I don't know what happened, but George must have done something massively wrong because he's 20 seconds adrift of the lead. It was like 10 seconds before the pit stops. So
yeah,
he must have had a big mistake, and I was 2.6 seconds behind Gaida, who is looking set for a Bentley 1-2 there. They're not teammates, but still both Bentleys. Yeah, Dragon. I mean, Triton's been singing Ruben's praises all of this race, and it's very justified. He's doing really well.
Oh yeah, especially because he's giving us a lot to watch as well.
Yeah.
So.
And we've got 2 exciting fights coming up right now. Well, I mean, coming up. This one's been raging for ages now. It's still Chris versus Illigner, and Illigner has recovered solidly from his mistake. He's closer to Chris than Ruben is to him, so he might get a move done as Chris absolutely loses the car, and Mascarian is gonna lose 1 position and maybe 2, and maybe Ruben can just make it 2 for 1 there. Illigner pulls to the inside. He knows he needs to defend it to Parabolica, and I think he's gonna keep the position, but maybe Ruben can swing it around the outside in Parabolica, as Illigner has done many times before. He goes for the wider line. He could probably carry more speed, but it is also just undoubtedly long, and now with the slipstream, Chris is down 2 spots, but Ruben might just be up 2, so it isn't even doing WoW any favors. He gets to the, well, he defends the inside, but I don't think there's much to be done. The Trigon Racing Lambo absolutely storming down the inside, and behind them we've got the Luxlit Racing Lamborghini in the red and blue colors. Can Ruben get the move done? Really late braking by WoW. They're gonna leave each other space, and I think WoW gets it defended for now. He takes a wide line, and now Chris is coming back at Ruben, maybe. So
yeah, Van den Hutting hit the inside curb there a bit too hard, and that compromises exit. Let's see what Kimi can do here.
I wonder if he wants to fight this. He's gonna look to the inside into Rosia, but no way past here. Olive has finally passed Sanix. That's the other fight I wanted to talk about, because now that has thrown Krushva to the wolves, and by wolves I mean, well, the Bentley of Galinski, and they're gonna fight for the class victory in silver now. Can Galinski take a debut win in silver class? That would be really nice for him. And Van den Hutting again behind WoW as well, catches some dirt on the outside. That was way too deep.
They both go very wide.
Yeah, but only one of them kicked up some dust, I think. So probably worst run. Doesn't matter for now though, but try keeping a Lambo behind when you're sitting in an Audi. Also, I wonder how this is gonna play out for Chris, as he's now... Well, he's got Olivier right on his back, and defending that will be difficult as well, as he doesn't get the best run through Ascari. I feel like he's lost all confidence in his car there, because that's why he made the mistake last time, and now he makes the same mistake again. And Olivier's on the outside. Maybe he can take the position into Parabolic. It's going to be interesting to see. Let's see from the heli cam. Chris still got his nose ahead, so no way for Olivier this time, but Chris goes deep, so not the best run. Behind them, behind them, Sanix looks interested as well. This is a big-time slipstream into turn 1. Let's see what happens for Iligna and Wow. The gap is fairly big, actually. So let's go back to Olivier and Stricker on the inside in the Lamborghini. And no way past. It's just a Lambo straight line, man. But Olivier really late on the brakes. That's some confidence as Sanix absolutely overshoots there. And he, like, you could see his car going sideways as he tried desperately to avoid Olivier, and credit... You know, credit where credit is due. He did avoid him, so no contact between them, even though it looked really scary.
Yeah, he kept his fairly like on the limit there, and he did position his car well enough, and that actually ended up playing out in his favor because he got a very good run on Olivier, and this is what's helping him out here in his defense for P1 in silver class, because Galinski is kind of unable to get him, because while he's getting a pretty good slipstream, Sanix is also getting a similarly decent slipstream from Olivier and Christian. So. But yeah, like you said, it seems like the Lamborghini of Christian Stricker has lost all confidence, and you can see he's just kind of like running a bit wide, losing a bit of grip, and that might give Olivier what he needs. I don't think Olivier had the best qualifying either, and he has made up some ground here. So a decent good drive from him as well, a very good drive I should say, from him. And
as we're on board with Chris and Ascari. And this time you could just see how safe he tries to take it, but he still got loose somehow. And here we see an angry Mercedes. Well, this is just copy and paste from last lap, but I wonder how it's gonna play out this time. Looks to the inside. Now he slowly like picks the outside line. Olivier late on the brakes again. And no move to be had here this time.
Sanix got a really poor exit out of Ascari, and Galinski is now right on the back of him. So we know the Porsche is not fast in a straight line, and this is probably all Galinski needs to pull into the lead of the silver class here. So Sanix trying to hold this, but look how much speed he has, or Galinski has, as he pulls to the inside. Sanix taking the outside, and Galinski much later on the brakes actually overshoots it a bit, and they make contact, and that ended up working out for him. Sanix should have probably held back a bit. And Galinski does take P1 now in silver class.
And Marius Torres, who's also having a really good run of form lately, is in P3 in silver class as well. And as Sanix is tumbling down the order, well, not tumbling, I mean, he's lost some places, and now Galinski has taken the lead off of him. Marius looks so set on also getting himself at least P2 in class, maybe even more. And Sanix is actually fighting back. He's coming back at Galinski. So he's taken the position. That must have been a big mistake from Galinski. Otherwise, you don't get a move like that into Lesmo 1. But credit to Sanix. Beautifully done.
Oh, they nearly come close together there out of Lesmo 2. But yeah, again, Galinski might have the straight line speed advantage. But it does seem like Sanix didn't get a good enough exit.
Okay, I thought Van den Heuningen was gonna go for the position on Iligna this time, but not into Ascari. So we've got 2 battles to keep track off as ever, and desperation sets in. I mean, this is a reverse moment from Barcelona. There, Wow got stuck behind Ruben, and he had the pace on Ruben, and this time it looks like the exact opposite, but. Barcelona overtaking is harder than Monza overtaking, so a little bit more towards Ruben. Still, Ruben absolutely
he might have a run here now.
He's got him, I think.
And this shouldn't be too hard here in the slipstream with that Lamborghini power against the Audi power. But Iligner is holding his own there. There's Mills coming out, but making space for them a bit. And let's see if Van Heuningen is able to be the last of the late breakers here. Around the outside he goes into turn 1. There's a bit of contact.
Yeah. But fine,
and,
Wow
does keep it.
Yeah, Wow got on the curb there, so he probably didn't even get a good run, but I wonder if he can still strike back. What's happening in the fights behind? Chris still ahead of Olivier, and Sanix keeps his position as well. So we go back to this fight, and I mean, if Wow is not getting back at Ruben this time, I don't think he's ever going to in the rest of this race, because I think he's got the pace disadvantage. Ruben, he's been spun here on lap 2, I believe it was. No, in lap 1 actually.
Lap one.
And now he has the position, so he's in P5. Really good recovery from him.
Incredible stuff from Van den Hutting. This is the stuff you need in a championship fight. I mean, as far ahead as Carsten might be after this, you never know what can happen. And if Van den Hutting gets a sudden burst of form, I mean, judging by his performance today, I mean, that is very possible. And also, should the opportunity arise, he can make something of this. And if he were to win the championship or something by, like, you know, a few points, this is the performance he could look back upon and say, this is what saved it. So you never know, as Illigner completely overshoots Saskari and is off the road.
Oh, and that's down so many places. He loses to Olive and Chris, and also Mills, but you know, it's Mills. He's laps down. Olive going to the inside on Chris, actually. Can he make it into Parabolic and not the proper overtaking zone? I feel like Chris took a really early entry there to cover that one off, and that might cost him on the exit. But also
runs wide too.
Yeah, really deep. Maybe he can get him this time.
Out.
Maybe it's gonna work finally. On board with Olive to the outside. He needs to brake a little bit later because it's a Lambo, and as soon as he goes out of the slipstream, there's nothing moving there. He needs to make it happen.
Yeah, sorry, Kurzweil and Galinsky as well, while that's going on for the battle for the P1
oh,
again.
Overshooting Galinsky, and he doesn't get the position. Oh no, where's Chris? Chris is off. He had the collision with Olive, and now he has to wait.
Oh no!
So that is tragedy for both of them. Takus goes through, and while that has saved Illigner again, he doesn't lose a position effectively as Antoine Olive waits for Chris, who he spun. So yeah, that was unfortunate.
All of it taking off. So Illigner losing P6, going off the road. Everyone else going off the road. Crucibar now has made up some time on that. He's up to P7. Galinsky and Tauros make up ground as well. Tacos as well. And yeah, Christian and Olive both down the order now. So
yeah,
Olive, what on earth happened there? A lot happened in two corners.
What on earth, man?
Yeah, this is. I was gonna say that this race seemed to be. Like, usually in ACC, we get either a very, you know, mild, like, mundane race, or we get a lot of stuff happening. And I was going to say that this race seemed to be about, like, it is by no means a boring race, because there was a good amount of stuff happening, and it was a very entertaining race, but now it's just entered the realm of freaking, like,
yeah,
you know, just insanity.
Everyone's gone mad.
Yeah. They similar to, yeah, France, Paul Ricard last season,
yeah,
where it all took off.
Yeah, except my pace, that one didn't. Big mistake from Olive as well, so he's losing ground on Kessler. They are both pro-class drivers, so this isn't good for Olive. He's now down to P13, which only gives you 3 points. Also, Veld is, right now, Veld would claim the last point. We haven't really mentioned him today. He's not having an amazing time in his Howdy racing car.
But yeah, Galinsky now has fallen well off the back of Crucivar here a bit. But he can make up that ground. He did have the pace, and he does seem to have a racy car there as well.
Yes.
So
Silver Class is looking so solid today, honestly.
Yeah.
They are giving us some great fighting, which I appreciate a lot. Galinsky looks like a really solid driver. Marius and Takos both impressing me. So
absolutely.
Also,
both showing so much improvement, and we love to see it. So, yeah, shout outs to both of them. And let's see.
We've got 4 silver drivers in the top 10, by the way, and 1 reserve. Rupert driving a quiet race in P4. Only 7 seconds ahead of Ruben, which shows you how much this man has done in this race. That was brilliant from him. Keep saying it, but it's true. Brabner is 3 seconds off of Gaida. It was like 2.9 earlier, so like he's basically even on pace, maybe a little bit slower, as Gaida looks set for finishing in P2.
Yeah, looking at the lap times here, yeah, Gaida is 4/10 faster right now. Last lap, yeah, he's setting his personal bests here. Push is closing in on his personal best, but still 2/10 down on him. So yeah, Gaida does seem to have more pace as it stands.
You can tell Chief is old because he just said fans only instead of only fans.
Oh dear.
Not part of the hip internet culture, no. My god.
No, you just embarrassed all of us.
That's not embarrassing. He's the Simp Destroyer.
So it seems.
Yeah, he has nothing
I
to
mean,
do
his
with
wife might not
funny
be happy
games.
that he's partaking in that kind of, or those kinds of, or he's joining up on those websites, but, who knows,
I mean, it's wimpy, like...
It is wimpy, so yeah.
Like, how could you not? I'm sorry.
That's fairly acceptable.
Anyways.
It was intended. Okay, it was intended.
Sure.
Okay,
Nice.
I see. I'm
nice.
sure.
Sanix still holds himself ahead. We've got the top 3 in silver class covered within 2 seconds, I believe. And really solid driving from Krushva. You feel like you're sort of fighting with... I mean, you feel like you've got low ground for the entire race if you're at Monza in a Porsche. It's not necessarily a slow car, but when it comes to fighting and overtaking, the straight line speed's just terrible. And the fact that he got back at Galinski earlier in Lesmo 1 really proved worth it, because he's still ahead now, up to 10 minutes later. Absolutely solid driving, and I wonder what Marius Torres and Paulos Takos can do to close the gaps themselves. If something happens to them, they would be the ones taking over and getting themselves the top spots in silver class. So this looks really explosive, and just wait for one spark for it to blow up. Hopefully in a firework and not in, you know, a huge explosion with a bunch of tragedy and death. That would be worse. Sanix goes really deep and he absolutely munches that sausage curb, and that's gonna give the position over to Pavel Galinski. There's no way that Krushva is gonna be able to defend this, because he's got less straight line speed. He tucks into the slipstream. Maybe he can be really late on the brakes, because it is a Porsche after all. They are good on the brakes. He looks to the inside. Sanix on the inside of turn 1. I've never seen that before. He gives up the position though, maybe with a better run. He doesn't get a good run. Taurus is in the number 10 car is very interesting, and not close enough though. But as soon as Sanix makes another mistake just like the one he just showed us, Taurus is gonna be there, because late braking from Krushva, and he runs into the back of Galinski. Where's Taurus? Taurus gets Sanix, and I think Taurus might as well get Galinski. They're running side by side towards Lesmo 1. Galinski for the class lead side by side. Taurus gets P2 in class P9 on the standings. Galinski! Oh god, get back on the track. Takos looks to the inside.
Come on, easy guys, easy.
Takos looks to the inside. Galinski is down to P4 in class now from the lead, and Taurus now leads class. No, wait, this is Ruben. Taurus leads class ahead of Paulos Takos, and then it is Galinski and
Krushva's up to P2.
Oh yeah, my timing tower on the broadcasting client is all over the place.
Yeah, that was a lot for.
My god, Taurus. And the great thing about this for him is he's in a Lexus. Try overtaking a Lexus at Monza. You're gonna have a bad time.
To P7, there are how many cars are in?
Taurus versus not Taurus. Takos versus Krushva. Nothing happens though.
Yeah, was it? Taurus is taking off now. Krushva again.
Again. What are you doing? And this is gonna cost him again as Paulos Takos gets at him, and the Bentley looks set to take P2 in class, even though Sanix actually really fast in a straight line right now, I think. Maybe it's just my camera angle. He's not fast enough though. Got a bad run, obviously. So,
yeah, Takos a little bit late on the brakes, but does keep it under control just about. Might compromise their exit though, as Krushva does seem to have a good run here. But again, the straight line speed does not seem to be in his favor, as Mills in the back there, making space, running last on the road at the moment, unfortunately, making space for Christian, and behind that Kessel and Olive as well. So P7 through 13, all separated by barely anything.
Sanix has done once this race, and now he gets alongside out of Roger again on a Bentley, and I think he might just take Takos here as he gives him a lot of respect. Okay. Yeah, he gave him a lot of respect there, and now it's Galinski on the inside into Lesmo 2. He can't do it. Okay, that was reasonable, luckily.
Everyone wants this. Yeah, this is all for the glory.
Class. I love silver class. This was a really good idea.
Yeah, I agree. And,
gotta credit this man because he kept telling us about how different classes would make sense, and now he profits because Taurus might get to call himself a race winner if he can hold it out here for 8 more minutes.
No, that's well off the road for Crusoe.
Oh, where does he rejoin? Oh, what's Chris doing?
And Chris as well goes off.
Chris is gonna lose to Kessel and Olive, I think, by the looks of things. Everything's popping off in the last laps of this race. Yeah, he's behind them. Wait, where's Kessel? Ah, there's Kessel. Okay.
Kessel's right there in the back, yes. I think I completely jinxed everything.
No, that's good.
Oh yeah, no,
well.
this is looking like a fairly solid race with not too much chaos going on. Also, the race, hold my beer.
I'm loving this.
Yeah,
and
let's
I hope
see,
everyone
Galinski.
in chat is as well.
Yeah, now Crusoe down to P4 after leading just a couple of minutes ago, is now all the way down to P4 in class.
Oh, and he makes him another mistake. Everything's coming undone for him, but to be honest, he probably only cares about silver class, so this isn't too bad. I mean, he can lose the next 4 positions and he won't take a hit in the standings because they are all pro drivers. But
yeah, all he can do is just go up from now. The gap behind Chris is 6 seconds, and that's I believe the fight. Yeah, Nico was up in P15 for that last point, but Maciejewski and Witkowski both getting past him. So Maciejewski, aka Kubzon, up to P15 in the final point position overall, and silver class, of course, getting a certain amount of points. So
I just realized Witkowski is a teammate of Veld at Howdy Racing. Then P16 and 17, so no points, unfortunately. Well, I mean, Witkowski is gonna get P6 in class.
In class.
Mills is gonna
Nico
get points in class.
Yeah.
Because there's not many
Nico will get points in class too, right?
Yeah. Will he? Yeah, yes, he will. He will get 2 points in class. And Sam Chumley will get 1 point in class, but overall, they're not gonna get any, honestly. So.
Yeah. So let's see what's happening here. Right now, this is kind of dialed down a bit, but Chris is back on the rear of Olive, so that's the fight going on. Kessel trying to get up to Crusoe here, because there's the overall thing to go for.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Kessel will want extra points.
I feel like... Oh wait, is Kessel getting Crusoe here? Yes, I think he is. So, not much to be done. It's a Lambo versus a Porsche. Is Chris actually attacking Olive there into turn 1? He brakes sort of late, but not too late. My employer has got a gun to my head, so I feel like saying the Taurus is looking absolutely bullish today. He is, you know, he's been ramming his way past. Not really ramming, but you know, he's been just.
You would know all about ramming your way past, wouldn't you?
I honestly don't know what you're referring to.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure you.
I just made it sound like an insult to Marius, but he's looking hella rapid, like he's doing so well today.
Marius, yeah.
And
but yeah, no, I forgot you're not tipsy, so I have to keep those jokes to myself, because only he would get it, you know.
Oh no! Oh no! God damn it! Oh!
Okay.
Kessel!
Oh dear.
And Kessel gets really
sorry.
sideways.
Sorry to the stream. Yeah, this is a Christian stream. My apologies.
Yeah, this is a Christian stream. He's in P13. Anyways.
Yeah, this stream was a Christian stream last season, of course. He being the co-commentator with me, so you know, it always has been. As speaking of Christian, he and Mills both take the exact same line off the Scari. So yeah, this is just like I think Mills is just like running out.
Can Olive get P11 from Krushva? Yes, he is on the inside, and I think he's just taking that. Nice from him. Not the best race he's had today, but still picking up some pieces after that collision he had with Chris earlier on. Even though he knows he's probably gonna get a penalty for that because waiting doesn't, you know, take away time penalties. There goes Chris into turn 1 on Sanix, who has jumped up a lot in the middle of this race, and then it's sort of fallen apart. Also, this is 100% commentator's curse in silver class, by the way. Because I think I remember I said that Tacos and Taurus are lining themselves up to be P1 and 2 if something happens to the class leaders. And now, well, Galinski's in P9, or P3 in class, and Sanix P4 or P12. depending on which standings you look at. P13 actually. So, yeah. It's my fault, and I'm not sorry. How big's Carsten's lead, by the way?
I believe it's like 20-something seconds last I checked.
Like 25, I would guess. We'll wait for
it might be.
Guido
Is it 30 yet, or?
Yeah, it's not a lap, even though the.
Oh no, Kessel has gone off, and he's hit the wall, so he's just gonna lose all those positions.
Kessel, I can't find him. Ah, okay. Was it Lesmo too? Did he unsettle his car or something?
Yeah, he completely lost the rear and just swiped into the wall. So I believe we're gonna have 2 more laps here. I think it is, as Illigner getting past Sam there. Sam's front of his car is completely smashed in, so he's had a collision somewhere. So our season 2 champion is not looking very good. Yeah, that car looks quite destroyed.
I mean, I'm sure he looks very good, but that front of the car needs a facelift. I'm sorry.
I agree. God. Yeah. So let's keep an eye on things.
Costa getting passed by Carsten there, who we don't even get an interval. Oh, someone's dead. 51. Who's 51? That's Chris. Oh no. And who's parked there with him? It's 30-something. No, it's not Kessel. Maciejewski? No. I thought he was parked with someone.
I don't think he was. He was car 27.
He was just off alone. Well, that is unfortunate.
What a shame. Yeah, he was having such a good race up in P5, and it just went downhill. So very unfortunate. Sorry to see. Yeah. As I think he's out. Okay, so yeah, Carsten is now on the final lap of the race. So we're finally going to be able to rest after this chaotic race, and also Vanden Hutting is made up the gap from, I believe it was like 7 seconds. It's 4.7 now to P4. Of course, he's gotta have to do the lap of his life and hope. Actually, as I say that, he instantly makes a mistake, but not just a minor mistake. Vanden Hutting.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say if he wants P4, but
yeah, that's not happening. 4 seconds.
Yeah, that seems P5 is a very, very incredible result for him, though, considering what he has gone through this round.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah, Tacos meanwhile getting around Sam, who has pretty much just obliterated his car at this point.
Yeah.
And let's give a complete shout out here as well to Marius Taurus, who has not only kept relatively or I was actually in the wars because I mean they were fighting it out there, but in the wars came out victorious and is up to P7 and is showing an absolutely incredible string of pace here. He was Marius, I remember, was very disappointed last time out with how things were, and knew that he had pace. So
yeah, I mean, this is one of his best tracks. I remember in the McLaren days of season 2, he was hella strong. He finished P4, I think, is his all-time best finish here. And now this season, with a stronger field, he finishes. Or, I'm sorry, it's not. It hasn't happened yet. The thing that has happened yet is that Carsten wins this race, makes it 3 out of 3. So that is for sure. So far, Marius Taurus leads silver class and is in P7 overall. I mean, everything could happen between now and the end of the race. Let's just hope nothing does. As Guida is gonna come around and he's gonna take a solid P2. And that was well-deserved out of George Brabner, who qualified on pole and then dropped the ball a little bit on pace in the race. But, you know, the potential in qualifying was really promising, so solid from him. Felix Rupert, who is still a reserve driver, but with that performance, I'm sure that'll change at some point in the future. Gets P4, and Ruben van den Hutting won here in Season 1, and who absolutely performed to the maximum today after having an unfortunate incident in lap 1. P5 for him. Illigner, relatively, I mean, not a quiet race. He was stuck behind Chris for a little bit. He had solid overtakes in the first half of the race, and then after that he sort of got into empty space. And Marius Taurus wins in silver class. P7 overall. Paulus Takos P2 in class after crashing late in Barcelona, so very well deserved. And Pavel Galinski, or Pavel Galinski, gets himself a P3 in class on his debut after he has led much of this race in his class. So a little bit disappointing for him. And then it's Oliver in P10, Sanix in P11. I'm gonna try and save the replay if I can. Can I? Hello? Oh, I killed everything again, didn't I? Oh no. If the stream... Yeah, I killed the game again. This
stream is still running. We don't really need the game. We just need the stream.
Yeah, if the stream dies in the next seconds, that's bad. Okay, I killed the game. That's fine. So,
yeah, the stream is still going. You're fine.
Okay, well, now I need to get the result. Like, I need to open YouTube on my PC so I can look at the results, because I don't have them anymore because my game's dead. Let me actually do that for a second. We are here, okay. And do we have any interviews? I would like to make it short, but maybe someone wants to talk to us.
Yeah, I actually am going to have to leave you very early because I have prep work that needs to be done for some school, college apps for graduates programs. So I apologize that I kind of just like dip on you during the interviews, but
it is completely fine.
Yeah, it is midday here, and it's 12 p.m. here now. So yeah, that's my cue. And I forgot that the race would go this long, but I would like to say thank you again. Thanks to you for giving the stream, and thanks to you guys for watching. And also, good job to everyone who raced. Congrats to Karsten, and congrats to Marius for winning in their respective classes, and to the podium finishers. And yeah, hopefully you guys stick around for the interviews and listen to Timo's great voice.
I don't think there are any. No one's assembling, which is, which is fine.
Are we gonna end it early then?
Yeah,
Okay.
It was a really entertaining race, I've got to say. Especially silver class. That one popped off today. I hope everyone enjoyed that race. I mean, Carsten absolutely dominated in pro class, got it with a good podium. George showing some really solid performance in qualifying, and Ruben with an insane recovery drive. Some mentions, and Torres gets his silver class victory out of Takas and Kalinski. So much action. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you are back next week when we go to I am prepared, so I'm gonna I'm gonna stall until I see the calendar. It's Imola. Imola is the next, so we stay in Italy, but we go to our second Italian Grand Prix of the season. It's actually the second of 3 because we've got Misano.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Imola is on the 11th of January, and I hope we're gonna see many of you again in chat. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.